Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. OneLove now has memberships available. There are 2 tiers you can join under. The first tier is called the OneLove Fam. The perks you will receive are loyalty badges, custom emojis, and priority replies to comments. The second tier is called the Lovely Crew. The perks you will receive are loyalty badges, custom emojis, priority replies to comments, and member shoutouts. More perks will be added down the road. Please feel free to hit the join button.
I hope everyone is doing well on this Tuesday, December 9th. Today is actually Olivia's court date. I don't know if she's going to come on today to give an update as to what happened, but there's some things that I do want to speak about. I was not able to do a video yesterday because I kind of needed to take a break, because the video that I posted the day before yesterday was a lot. It was definitely a lot. It took a long time for me to put that together, and it was just a lot going on in those lives. So I had to kind of, just kind of step back and just, regather myself, because honestly, I don't see how Olivia thrives in that type of environment where she's loud and yelling and the kids in the background. You got all kind of stuff going on. I was just getting anxiety myself watching and editing the video. But before I really get into the heart of this video, I do want to speak on something very briefly, because I have seen comments here and there referring to this. I just want to be clear that when it comes to my channel and how I report on news when it comes to the mommy sector, I'm not trying to be the first to put out whatever is happening. That's not what my channel consists of. I'm not trying to be the one to be the first to, speak on whatever is breaking the internet first. I'm not in a rat race when it comes to that. I'm solely taking certain pieces of information, and I choose what videos I want to speak on. And that's how I commentate over here. I'm not just going to put out a video just so I can say I was first. When I put a video out, it's because I have something that I really want to talk about, and I want to break it down. So if you're looking for a channel that is solely based on giving you information as soon as it hits the internet, this is not this channel. But if you're looking for a channel that's going to break things down and do some deep dives, then okay, that's what we do over here. But it just gets a little annoying when I see people say, oh, you were late. I wasn't trying to be first. Okay, like, I just need you to be clear about that. To those of you who have commented that over here, I'm not trying to be the first to speak on any topic that has to do with Liv's life. So that is my little disclaimer. I have said I don't know how many times I do things differently over here. I am not on YouTube all day. You know what I'm saying? I do not watch every video that Olivia posts. I'm not checking for her like that. There is no way I could watch and absorb every video that Olivia does on a daily basis. I would be completely out of my mind, seriously, because it's a lot to take in, to consume her material on a daily basis. I just can't do it. I have a life outside of what I do here on YouTube. I have a lot going on. I have responsibilities. I have a husband. I have children. You know what I'm saying? I do other things, behind the scenes. So I can't possibly be on here trying to give y'all the news as soon as it hits the YouTube streets. I can't do that. I just enjoy logging in and sharing my thoughts and opinions on what it is that I'm saying. I like having conversations and breaking things down in a way that we can really just have a conversation over here. That's what we do over here. So I just wanted to make sure I'm just extremely clear on that, so there are no confusions. So with that being said, we're going to get into a few videos that Olivia has put out because she is doing Vlogmas. So I have been keeping up with her videos as well that she's been posting. And I do want to speak on a few things. So let's get right into it.
Even though it's going to be so hard, and even though I don't know what the future may bring, I've decided that I'm going to keep my baby. I'm going to keep my baby. Yes, I'm going to have another baby daddy. Yes, it might get crazy, but I'm not going to let it get crazy. It doesn't have to. Like, him and I haven't really decided what we're going to be or what we're going to do. But regardless, if he wants to be a part of the baby's life, he's totally welcome. If he doesn't have to. I'm going to keep my baby. I am going to get my tubes tied after this baby. But it's like, somebody also said in my chat, they were like, you'll never regret having your child. And that's true. I might regret having an abortion. I won't regret having my baby. So I'm going to have my baby. So yes, I'm going to have 4 baby daddies and 6 kids. 4, I'm a hoe, I'm a slut, I'm a whatever you want to call me. I don't care. This is my life. This is my life. And if I want to keep my gift from God, even though it was not planned, I didn't want it, but God gave it to me for whatever reason, honey. Whatever reason, okay? I don't know the reason. Maybe I won't know until my baby's born. I don't know, but I'm going to keep my baby. I told my mama today, I'm keeping the baby. And I am. So, if you agree with it, if you're happy for me, thank you for being happy for me. If you don't agree and you're like, girl, you stupid, you're dumb, whatever you want to say, I don't care. This is my life. My life. My life. And I'm going to live it the way I want to live it. And at the end of the day, I will never regret having any of my children. Never. And yes, I know. I already know all the bad things that y'all could say. I know I have 3 by 1 men and then 3 by 3 other men. Oh well. Whoop-de-doo. Okay? I'm not the first woman with an unconventional life, and I won't be the last. This is my life. Okay? Okay. So yes, we're keeping the baby, and I'm getting my tubes tied because we're not having any more oopsies. We're not doing this anymore. This is done. This was fun. Thank you, God, for my last and final blessing. But we are tying the tubes. We are doing that.
I mean, it's the music in the background for me. But with that being said, when it comes to you being pregnant and the conversation was either you keep it or you get rid of it, I think the conversation was more leaning towards people having a problem with you saying that that was what you may do, which was to have an abortion. I think that's where most people had felt a certain way about it. But I don't think people are just going to be in an uproar because you decided to keep the child. Now, on the flip side of that, I think the conversation with you having another child is more so because we see how you are with the ones that you have. And I think that's what makes this whole situation very hard to watch, because Olivia has not really shown that she has a really good track record in taking care of her children. I mean, 3 of her children are with their father and stepmother, and the 2 youngest children that she has with her full time, we definitely see what the interactions are. We see what the conditions are in her household. We see how they are being fed, how they are being cared for, how she talks to them, how she treats them. Like, it's it makes it a little hard to consider what another baby brought into that environment is going to look like. So if there's a conversation about anything, it would be that. But having an issue with you keeping the child, I don't think that's been the main conversation. But I mean, this is definitely going to be interesting to see what this new baby is going to bring to this whole situation with Olivia.
I spoke to Joey. He's still crashing out. Okay, he's still crashing out. I told him, my bad, I'm sorry that I said it was your baby. It's not your baby, and I'm moving on and I'm doing me. And he is, you know, he's still very mad, and he's mad because he told me because I moved on so quickly. And it's just like, well, you know what? Look, it is what it is. He's done what he's done. I've done what I do. Maybe one day in the far, far future, we can be friends. He can be there for his daughter. But if not, that's on him. But I told him, play as fuck up too, honey. I fucked up. I thought it was gonna be your baby, but it's not your baby. And you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, he's done what he's done. So it's like, there's no room for judgment. There's no room for talking shit. You do you, and I'm gonna do me, and that's just all there is to it. He said he saw a future with me, and blah blah blah. But you know what? At the end of the day, I didn't really see that future with him. You know, I have love for him, but no, he's not my person. But I wish him the best in life. I don't have to, just because he's mad and crashing out, I don't have to be mad and stoop to his level. And yeah, we're just gonna keep it moving. And like I said, I would never stop any of the fathers of my kids to be in their kids' life. I'm not that type of woman. I'm not bitter. I don't have no reason to be bitter. And they can always be a part of their kids' life as long as they respect me. I'm gonna be respected, okay? Because I'm, at the end of the day, I'm the mother of your children. And if you can't respect me, then you don't need to be around. I don't need my children learning disrespect. I don't need my children learning to disrespect their mother through you. Like, that's not what we're doing here. Harley keeps calling my phone. I'm sorry, I know I haven't seen y'all in a minute. This is the vlog. Hey, vlog. I've had one hell of a day. Okay, let me tell you guys that much. Joey's other baby mama has been calling my phone non-stop all day, okay? All day. And yeah, I'm reposting her pictures because I'm flabbergasted. I am sincerely flabbergasted that I messed with a guy. What? Okay, that I messed with a guy that would be with a woman who looks like her. Like, she looks like Fiona from Shrek. And I'm not trying to be mean, but seriously, like, it's grossing me out. I'm disgusted with myself because how could I belittle myself to that? Oh my god, and now she keeps calling me. Look, look at this bitch.
That girl, Joey.
Literally. Do you guys see all them no caller IDs? I blocked her number from calling me, and she's been calling me no caller ID. Like, what are you calling me for? You have him, right? He's the prize. You have him. He's over there with you. What are you calling me for? Because I'm reposting your pictures? I'm sorry. I'm flabbergasted. You look like Fiona from Shrek. You look like Ernesto from Mario Brothers.
She's like a Dumbledore.
I'm disgusted with myself. I'm so upset that I even gave him the chance. Anything in the world. Like, this is really making me mad because I'm just like so disgusted. And this weirdo keeps calling my phone. Oh my god, you guys. Anyway, hey y'all. I'm sorry. Hey vlog. I'm so sorry. I've had a hell of a day.
Mommy.
What, baby? I'm not playing no songs. We're about to get out the car. I'm about to take the kids. They want some stuff from Costco. We're about to go get some stuff from Costco. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna clean up. And Robin, you wanna watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna relax and chill for the night.
No, I don't want to watch Stranger Things. You can be in the room with me, Kitty Cat. I want to watch this. Okay, you can. And you can be in the room with me and the kitty cats and Kalani. Me and Kalani.
Drama.
Me and Kalani and kitty cats go be in the room.
The drama of it all, y'all. I don't want to be a part of it.
Be a mommy room.
And I feel like I'm not a part of it. Like, okay. I have every right to post, not even post, because I'm not even just posting people out of nowhere. I'm reposting stuff. You want to stalk me on social media, watch everything I do, comment, drop down in my chat, but you're mad because I'm reposting what you look like? Sorry. Like, stay off of social media. Stay off of social media. You're not built for this. I promise you, baby, you're not.
She got rolls in her arms.
Rolls in her arms, okay? I be tripping on my fupa, and y'all females have literal rolls in your arms.
This is so disturbing, y'all, because the fact that Olivia is sitting here letting Christian chime in on talking very negatively about this woman. It is so crazy to me. Olivia, you are so immature. You do not have a motherly bone in your body, because this is not what a mother does. First off, once again, you should not even be talking about this in front of your children. But then you allow them to make fun of her alongside of you. Like, this is so, oh my gosh, this is gross.
It's all good. I decided that what I'm going to do is just handle it legally from this point on. I called the police last night and, got the process started. It's so funny because when it comes to me on social media, I have so many haters. And I've said this before to you guys, like, the haters don't care if I'm right or wrong, or what happened to me is right or wrong, or the situation is right or wrong. They just immediately go against me. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what it is. And that's okay. That's fine. But it's so funny watching it happen time after time after time after time. Like, what that person did, like, the man in this situation, he's not okay. What he did is not okay. He lied. He was deceitful. At the end of this clip, at the end of the video, so I'm going to end it right now, I'm going to put our text thread from, like, September to when he got out here. Like, he led me on to believe that he wasn't dealing with nobody. And he didn't have to do that. That's not okay. You don't do that to people. And there's just no reason for it. You know what I mean? Like, especially when I've blatantly asked him in the past, are you living with somebody? Are you with somebody? Are you in a relationship with somebody? And every single time he said no. So it's so funny how Olivia's to blame, of course, because people don't like me. But it's like, I'm not to blame when I did everything. And I always do everything I'm supposed to do. I always ask men, are you in a relationship? I cannot control if they lie. Now, am I continuously trusting the wrong people? Yes, I am. I will admit that. But I'm not the one lying. I'm not the one in a relationship lying to people. So, whatever. He lied, and it wasn't okay. Like I said, I'm going to include the text thread of how he used to talk to me, and he said he lived with his mother or his grandmother or his sister. It's like, it's always something. And it's just like, why lie? You have a whole family? Then why come out here and try to act like you're going to start a family here? And people are like, oh, Olivia's so mad. No, I'm not mad. I saw everything I needed to see when he came out here and when we were with each other those 2 weeks. I saw everything I needed to see, and that's not a person that I want to be with. Was I hurt? Yeah, of course I was hurt, because I allowed him into my life. So, yeah, I was hurt at the end of the day. I hurt my feelings. I'm not as cold-hearted as people say I am. I have a heart, and I give it out to people, and they end up stomping on it and hurting me. But in no way, shape, form, or fashion was I upset yesterday talking to that lady. No, but you're not going to call my phone and act crazy and act like I did something to you. I posted your daughter. I didn't post that lady's daughter. I showed you guys what somebody else had posted. But anyway.
Now, in my last video, I did say that Olivia started it because I didn't see where the other reactor had posted the pictures first. So when I went back to the video in question, Olivia did show the pictures, but she did show it from the reactor's channel. So just to, be fair, what Olivia is saying right here is true. Olivia did show it, but she pulled it up from another reactor's channel that had already put the pictures out there. So to what Olivia is saying, I would agree in the sense of, if the mother of this child had a problem with her little girl being shown, she should have reached out to the reactor instead of reaching out to Olivia. Now, it's very possible the woman did this because she just wanted a reason to have an issue with Olivia. It could have been because Olivia has more subscribers. It could have been, you know what I'm saying, just because of the situation of them both messing around with the same dude. But overall, I feel like if the woman really had a problem with her baby being shown on the internet, she should have addressed the one who actually put the pictures out first.
Maybe this was all a clout move. Maybe this was all, they were all in on it. Who knows? Because the way things are going down now, it's giving very much clout chaser. So, it's cool. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to pay any attention to it after this. I just want to explain it to you. I'm the one who always gets like the shit end of the stick, even here on YouTube, because I defend myself. You're not going to go around. Come on. You're not going to go around playing with people, lying to people, and just think it's okay. He blatantly lied to me about everything. And I don't have... What?
That's why we're doing that.
Okay.
That's why we're doing that.
Okay. And I don't have a right to talk about it. I don't have a right to be upset. Like, especially just finding out about it. I don't have a right to express how I feel about it. No, I'm not upset because he's with her and he's not with me. Not at all. I personally don't want those problems. I don't want those type of problems. I don't want a man who I just live with. And that was another thing. I'm not even going to get into it. I don't want a man I just live with and he sleeps around and he has girlfriends here and girlfriends. No, I want a real thing. I want real love. I want a real relationship. I want something real. Or I don't want nothing at all. You know? But he did play me because he lied, and he continuously plays that lady. But that's none of my business. But what is my business is who calls my phone, and nobody has the right to call my phone. You know, nobody has the right. He didn't have the right to give my number to that woman, have her call me. I don't care about none of that. If you had a problem with people posting your child, you should have told the people who posted her, not me, who just showed what people posted. The hell? Like, people post my children all the time. Like, I'm supposed to have sympathy for you? You didn't care when the reactor posted her, but you care when I showed what the reactor posted? No, it's giving very much you just needed a reason to come at me. You needed a reason to call my phone. You know, it's funny. I just thought about this. That woman over there knew about me. She knew that her man was coming here to be at my house with my daughter. She knew all of this, supposedly, right? Supposedly, she knew about me. I didn't, at this point, when he first came here, I didn't know about her. I knew about her when he got here. Then we had the conversation. But you knew about the whole thing and you knew about him coming out here. Why didn't you hit me up? I have all my social medias attached to my YouTube channel. Why didn't you tell me as a woman what was going on so I would know? You didn't think about that? I'm just supposed to be the one who knows everything? I don't know. Like, people expect me to be, like, know everything. I didn't know shit about her until he got here. I didn't know shit about the baby until he got here. But I'm to blame. No, you knew about me. You knew about me, and you didn't hit me up on my Instagram DMs. You didn't hit me up. Instead, you dropped down in my chat. And everybody remembers you dropping down in my chat, so stop saying you didn't, because you did. But like I said...
I mean, if this is true, that this girl knew, which I feel she did just based off of the things that she was saying, because she was like, you know, you're just mad because our baby daddy didn't choose to stay with you. And then Olivia was like, so you're okay with him being down here, you know, having sex with me, and he's supposed to be with you? And she was like, I don't care what Joey does. So it really does give that this girl knew about Joey being with Olivia, and I think it's sad that she allows this man to walk all over her, because if she had high self-esteem, this wouldn't even be allowed. Like, let's just be real. So I just think this whole situation is messed up, but it definitely does give that this girl had already knew about Olivia early on.
I'm off this. He's trying to make some money off of you guys and people who want to ask him questions about me, and I don't know. It's same shit, different day. Same, it's Zolo 2.0, okay, at this point. And if you guys are falling for that shit, go ahead. I don't care. There's literally nothing that man could tell you about me other than, I guess, my rating in bed. That's what he could tell you guys on, and There's nothing else. And I guess how the inside of my house looked. Other than that, he doesn't know anything about me. He doesn't know about my finances. He doesn't know about anything about my mother, my family, my baby daddies. He doesn't know about nothing. Nothing at all. I didn't tell him anything because I didn't trust him fully. I don't tell these people nothing about my life unless I trust them. And I didn't trust him. So anything other than what the inside of my house looks and I guess how I smell. You guys can ask him how I smell. You guys really want to know how I smell? You guys can ask him those things, but it's irrelevant. This whole situation is super irrelevant to me. I shouldn't even have allowed it, and I wouldn't have allowed it if I knew the truth. If I knew he had another baby, if I knew he had a family, if I knew he had a girl, he would have never been allowed to come over here. But he kept all of that from me, so that's why it happened, and he lied to me. So I had every right to be upset yesterday. And that's what I was. I was just upset. But moving on from all of this, you're not eating that in the room.
I know, I want to ask, can I eat this?
Yeah, you can eat it, baby. Moving on from all of that, we're going to just move on. You guys want to entertain that? Go ahead. I will not. I did yesterday. I will not. And, that's just that on that. That's stupid. That's dumb. It's a clout move. It's really sad. It's really sad how people... You guys wonder, why do all the men do this to you, Liv? Because they're clout chasers. People want to do what I do. It's crazy to think that, right? That men could be jealous of women because it's a man and it's a woman. But, like, he was jealous. He was jealous. He was jealous of the attention I got. He was jealous of the support I had. He was jealous of all of it, like when he actually saw it for real. And he did this. This is so weird that he did this. It's really, really disgusting. But, you know, do you, homie? Do you? Y'all, if y'all want to entertain that shit, entertain that shit.
I mean, honestly, it is giving Zolo 2.0 because, you know, this guy has a YouTube channel now. He's over 1,000 subscribers. And people are subscribing to him. And honestly, I don't know why. Like, I don't understand why people are supporting this man when clearly he's another deadbeat. He's a bum. He definitely takes advantage of women. He does not take care of his children. I'm sure people are waiting to see if he's going to share any information on Olivia, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't support someone like that. Now, it's one thing to go over to his channel and see what he's saying. It's another thing to subscribe. Like, I don't understand why people are subscribing. As long as you know his channel, you don't have to subscribe. You can just go over there. Like, I'm not subscribed to Olivia, but I go over to her channel and I see what she's talking about. But I understand some people just don't like Olivia, so they will support anyone who may possibly can dish some kind of, you know, tea or what information on her, but I don't know. I couldn't support someone like that. Okay, so let's get into these text messages. So I'm just going to keep letting this play so y'all can kind of see what the text messages are. I'm just going to kind of skip through what I'm seeing because I'm really trying not to make this video too long. So the text messages started, I believe, September 12th, September 14th. Let's see, there's a part on here, September 16th. She says, I literally all by my, yet again, taking care of a sick baby. This is so not okay. I'm so mad at you. And he said, I really hate that you're taking care of her by yourself as well. And I don't like myself about it either, but I'm going to be there soon and help you out and take the load off you when it comes to the children. I promise. Just please keep being patient with me. How the baby doing? She feeling okay? So it, you know, Olivia she had mentioned a few months prior to Joey coming. Well, it was a couple of times Olivia said Joey was supposed to be coming and he never showed up. So Olivia is basically letting it be known like she's tired of doing this by herself, and he's promising that he's going to help her out. So he's asking if Kalani is doing any better. She never responded. He messaged her the next day on the 16th. How is our child doing? How are you holding up? She says she's doing better. Thank you for calling earlier to talk to her. I love it when you keep your word. He said, I called a little late, but I called. So I know some people kind of questioned if Joey even existed. I always believed Joey existed. I just wasn't sure if Joey was actually Kalani's dad. But as you can see through the text thread, you know, he's definitely acknowledging that Kalani is his. And even prior to Joey coming down, I had showed a clip in the last video that I uploaded where Olivia was alluding to the fact that Joey pretty much had some suspicion with Kalani and he wanted to make sure if Kalani was his. She didn't say it in so many words, but she kind of did. Let it be known that Joey wanted a paternity test for Kalani, and I do believe that was one of the main motivators, as I've said before, why Joey came. And so now it's being even more confirmed that Kalani does belong to Joey because Olivia, in a video that she posted today, will share more information in how she met Joey. And she did say that she met Joey on a dating site. And that was what Jasmine said as well. That Kalani's father was someone that Olivia didn't really know. And she met him on a dating site. So I believe it's fair to say that Joey definitely is Kalani's dad. So on September 29th, Olivia says, I'm waiting for Delta to call me back. I'll call you back after they call me. He says, okay, love, I'm waiting. She says, I need 40 extra. He says, okay, beautiful, sent it, love, can't wait for real. She says, I'm booking it now. He asks, how much is the undercarriage bag? She said, I believe it's $35. So it does seem Olivia did purchase this ticket. He may have gave her a little bit of money on it, but overall, it seems like Olivia was the one who bought the ticket. So now we see where she literally shared the information from Delta. She said, all set, just give them the confirmation number at check-in. He said, thanks, beautiful. I'm going to read all the details once I sit still. Was they able to send the itinerary to you or my email? And so yeah, it does look like she set everything up for him to come down. She asks, are you still planning on staying with me or your brother? And he said, with you. That was the plan. He said, I'm coming to you. She said, are you only coming for a few weeks? He said, no return time. Why all these questions? So it's looking like the original plan was he wasn't going back. But something happened to where he ended up going back. So she said, when he asked why all these questions, she said, I'm just trying to make sure. He said, she said, do you mind if I get a cat? He said, yes, I mind. I hate cats. And she said, okay, I wanted to ask before I got it. So she actually wanted to get, cats before Joey even showed up. But since things didn't work out, she went ahead and got the cats. So on October the 11th, you see here where he's telling her, on my way home soon and staying in. We eating dinner tomorrow at my brother's. And she said, okay, babe. So when she came on here acting all nervous and she said she was meeting his family, that actually was true. On October 13th, it does look like she was helping him fill out applications as well. And on October 14th, you see a screenshot of, it says Children's Health for children in Texas. I'm wondering if this is where they went to do a paternity test. So when you look at October 21st, Olivia says, I really don't feel like you want to come back here. Plus, I don't know what you're doing, so you can just stay out there and I'll send you your stuff. He says, you can leave my stuff right where it's at. I'll have my brother come pick it up and I'll figure out life when I get back. There on my own. I don't need you to do anything. I'll have him come pick it up. She said, okay, cool. He said, see, that's why I'm glad I couldn't get myself established with you. I know, like, you not sure what you want me to do. Neither, like, you don't want me there. You're wishy-washy. All you do is, and I can't see what the rest of that says because she cut it off. But, it's kind of weird looking at this timeline because here it is. We're seeing on the 21st, Olivia is assuming that he was coming back. It seemed like that was the plan. The plan was he was going to go out where he was to see his family, and he was going to come back because he left his stuff there. And Olivia is saying, I feel like you don't want to come back. So it's interesting how a few days prior, they're telling each other they love each other. They're checking in. He definitely seems like he's not being as vocal at times. Like she's having to message him and see what's going on. But I don't know.
With another one. So yeah, today's video is going to be something a little different. I didn't think that this was the type of video that I was going to film. But due to recent events, I just want to be honest on my side. And I might cry because I don't want to cry, but it's very emotional, and admitting stuff is hard because you have to look at yourself. When you admit what's been done to you, you kind of have to always take accountability and see the role that you played. And I've kind of just been avoiding this because I've just been kind of I can sweep it under the rug and I can try to just move past it, But like I said, due to recent events, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to tell it and then just be done. Just be done with the whole thing. So as you guys know, certain things came out recently, and I'm sorry if you hear something. The cats are over here playing with something. Certain things came out that Kailani's dad, or Kailani's sperm donor, I don't know what you want to call him, but he's come to social media and he thinks that he's going to expose me or do whatever he's going to do to me, which is crazy because, once again, I was nothing but kind to him. I was nothing but, I opened up my home to him. I gave him an opportunity to meet his daughter, and this is what he does. And during the time I was dealing with him, all he did was lie to me and deceive me. And this is what I get, at the end of it all, okay, so I met Joey on a dating site. I met him on a dating site. I don't remember when. I don't remember what year. If I had her in 2022, I met him in 2023. No, I think I met him in 2023, just the beginning of the year. Yeah, I got pregnant in April. Anyway, I got pregnant really, really fast. And once again, that's my fault. This is my fault because I dealt with him, and I had no business dealing with a person like him. Something had to be going on with me in order for me to even let that type of person in my life. But I didn't want to keep it real and tell you guys where I really met him because it's embarrassing, But I did meet him on a dating site. We hooked up a few times. We kicked it, and I ended up getting pregnant. And I kept my baby. Yes, I kept my baby.
Although I can appreciate Olivia having this conversation right now, it does make me question if she's coming clean because she's trying to get ahead of what Joey could possibly say about their situation. The timing is very interesting why she does want to come clean and tell the truth about this. But I just feel that this is why, she's doing this now, because she's just trying to think of everything she can so it doesn't seem as if Joey has something over her.
And I'm happy I did because I love Kailani with all my heart, and I would never take her back, okay? But from that moment, he has never been there for me. Financially, I lied to the internet and I said that he had been there. He's probably over the course of her life, he's probably sent me $50 that I bought diapers with. Other than that, he's never bought her an outfit. He's never bought her shoes. He's never bought her anything. And I lied and I said he did, but in actuality, it was my family who was always helping me. It was never him. I made it seem like that because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed about the whole thing. And once again, I allowed him to play with me. I entertained the thought of him. I think because I just wanted what I've always wanted, a family. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to be happy. I always wanted my kids to have a dad and raise kids, you know what I mean, together. And he played right into my delusions and like fed me all the lies in the world. And once again, I take full responsibility because I allowed it. But this is the type of person he is. And then when he came out here to see her, I just didn't like how he was with her. You know, like he would raise his voice at her. He would tell her to shut up. Like, I was like, nah, like, mm-mm.
I do believe Olivia is telling the truth right here because we did hear Ryan tell Olivia that Joey keeps cussing at her. And, you know, I also believe what she's saying when it comes to, you know, her noticing certain things that she didn't like, because I remember a live that Olivia had did where she was kind of alluding to this very thing. You know, I think it was after she had brought to the internet for the first time that her and Joey wasn't together. And she had kind of spoke along these lines that, you know, she was noticing some things that she didn't like. So I think that may be why Joey responded in that text saying, you know, you're wishy-washy. I think Olivia at that time was noticing some things. But, you know, I just think it's very unfortunate that Olivia finds these things out after the fact, you know. And this is why I keep telling her she needs to vet these men before she sleeps with them, before she introduces her children to these men, before she even let these men in her home. Like, these are all the things you should already be figuring out, especially before you have a baby bomb. So, you know, she also is admitting to the fact that Joey really never did anything for Kalani. And I think that's sad because I think most of us pretty much was able to see it from the beginning. I mean, any father that would be willing to not be there for the birth of their child, not want to celebrate their birthday, not want to be there to watch their milestones, it says a lot about that individual. And so I think early on, a lot of us saw Joey for who he was. It was just, as Olivia said, she didn't want to tell the truth because she was embarrassed by the situation. And I think also because, like she said, she wanted so desperately to find somebody that would be willing to be with her and help her with her kids. She wants that ideal family, even though she goes back and forth saying she doesn't want to be married, she loves being single. It's the contradiction because Olivia truly desires to have someone. And when she gets into these spaces where, you know, the men that she invests her time, her body, you know, into, and they end up not wanting to be with her, that's when she tries to, you know, save face and make it seem like, oh, she loves being single. She don't want nobody. But that's just a front. And I just think it's very sad, again, that, you know, she was willing to open her home to this man. And this man never showed up in any way. He didn't show up as a man. He didn't show up as a father. He didn't show up as a provider, as someone that she could trust, that she could depend on. And I'm not saying that Olivia wasn't at fault as well. I feel they both failed in this situation. And they both have their own issues that they both need to deal with. But I'm just speaking more so in the sense of what Olivia thought she was going to get from Joey. I think Joey showed her from the very beginning who he was. She just couldn't see it because she was, as she said, infatuated. And I honestly, not to be funny, But looking at this man, I don't understand what the infatuation was. But let's continue.
You know, he's a very heavy weed smoker. He's a very heavy, I call it a drug addict, because he cannot function without smoking. He smokes probably 10 to 15 blunts a day. And that's just not what I want around my kids. It's not, and you know, seeing that as well, I was like, nah. Like, it's just, and I didn't like it. Like, if he wasn't smoking, he would get very irritable, and he would be irritable with her. And I just got to see a lot when he came out here. The reason I'm doing this video is because I didn't keep it real. And I did say a lot of things. I did make excuses. I did fabricate stories because I was very embarrassed of the situation. Like I said, I don't take it back. I'm so grateful to have my daughter. I wouldn't take it back at all. But to see what he's done, and I have never done anything to him, I think it's very messed up. You know, when I found out about everything recently, I had every right to be angry. I said mean things, of course, but mean things were being said to me. You know what I mean? And I have every right to feel how I feel. So, whatever. It is what it is. I said what I said, but I just feel like I did make a lot of mistakes. I made mistakes picking all my baby daddies. All my baby daddies. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. They're just not good fathers. And I fucked up time after time after time. And it sucks. It sucks, you know? It really does suck. And I just have to, I'm reflecting now because I'm just like, I hate that I gave them all crappy dads. You know what I mean? All of them. You guys could say whatever you want about the first one. He is just as crappy as the other ones. The only difference is he has them to spite me. He does things to spite me. He pretends to be the world's best dad to spite me. But in actuality, when your daughter tells you that she can't even have a conversation with her dad, she can't even be honest and have a conversation because she's scared, she's nervous, and he won't listen to her. That is sad. And that's my fault. And it's also my fault that she's stuck there. You know, she's stuck. And I can't save her. And I'm not saying I'm the best parent. I'm not saying that at all. I've made a lot of mistakes. But I know what I am, and I know that I'm my kids' safety. You know what I mean? I know that they can talk to me. I know that they can tell me anything, and I'll listen. I know I scream. I know I yell a lot. I know I smack them from time to time. But overall, like, I genuinely love them with all my heart. Like most mothers do. You know what I mean? And then AJ. I just screwed up. I just screwed up picking these men. And it's my fault. It's something as a woman and as a mother that I will carry for the rest of my life. And it's something that I will forever be trying to make up to them, or just trying to go over and beyond physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. Like, whatever I do, I just want to do it for them, you know. And that's why recently, when I was going through this stuff with Kailani's sperm donor, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm upset. This is my time with my kids. And, you know, even though I'm grown and I can do whatever I want, you know what I mean? This is my house. I could scream, I could yell, I could do whatever. But being the mother that I am, I looked back on it and I was like, I'm using my energy to be upset about this non-significant person who hasn't even bought my daughter a pair of shoes, a jacket for the winter, nothing. When he was here, he did nothing with her. He didn't take her for a walk. He didn't take her to the park. He didn't do anything. He was more concerned with going out at night, getting high and going out at night, than spending time with his daughter. He is horrible. He's horrible.
I mean, we definitely could see the time that he was there, he was gone all the time. I mean, people was calling it out left and right on her lives, asking, where's Joey, where's Joey, where's Joey? You know, even she was getting annoyed. People kept asking. So, I mean, I do believe the fact that he was gone a lot. I think it's even believable that he wasn't really spending time with Kalani as well. You know, I've seen some of his videos that he has posted on YouTube. And just looking at him, I can pretty much tell the type of man he is. And it's very believable what Olivia is saying. Like, he definitely gives those vibes to me where he's just not about anything.
He's horrible. He's a horrible person. But I made so many excuses for him because I wanted him to be a good dad. I wanted him to care. You know? I wanted him to be helping me with my bills. I wanted him to be helping me with Kailani. I wanted that. You know what I mean? But he doesn't. He doesn't care. And the fact that he got on here and you guys are supporting, and it's like history repeats itself. You guys did it with the first guy. You guys did it with the second guy. You guys are doing it with him. You're supporting these men who are actually dirtbags. And it's really fucking sad to see in our society. And these are women. These are mostly women that are doing this. And it's like, I understand. You guys can point the finger. You guys can laugh. You guys can judge me, ridicule me. But you guys have either gone through this, maybe not 3 times like I have. Maybe not. But you've gone through it once or twice, or you know another woman in your life who has gone through this. But you guys steady ridicule me. But you don't blame the men for anything. And it's really sick. It's really, really sick. And I've seen it this time again around, and I'm just like, it's sick. It's sick. But
I mean, to some degree, I do agree with Olivia here. I do feel people side with the man in a lot of these situations because they don't like Olivia. Now, were there some truth that these men shared about Olivia? Of course. But, you know, even when I look at Zolo, I mean, there's a lot there that I could say. And there are some things I have said that I don't agree with at all. But did he come on here and share some truth about Olivia? Yeah, he did. But it doesn't take away from the fact that this man is really no better. I mean, we clearly saw he used Olivia for a come up. And now you got this Joey character who's doing the exact same thing. So when Olivia says Zolo 2.0, I completely agree. It's very weird for a man to have been in a relationship with this woman and then turn around and start a whole YouTube channel dragging her and talking about her. It's weird. Now, it's one thing if you want to come on here and you want to clear your name and you want to speak your truth. Okay, cool. But you starting a whole channel? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it definitely gives clout chaser. It definitely gives, like, you are not really a man. Because a man is not going to do that. I mean, we don't even see Gerard doing that. He could have done this years ago. Gerard never did it. True that he got an Instagram. But for the most part, when he's posting on Instagram, he's posting things that are not even pertaining to Olivia and what he got going on with her. He's posting things about his children. He's posting, you know, him spending time with his family. Like, I feel like that's how a man should move in this situation. Now, are there some things that Gerard does that I don't like? Of course. But I give props where props are due. And I just feel like the way these other men have chosen to move, it's just very weird to me.
I can't change that. It doesn't even matter. I don't care. This YouTube shit doesn't matter. People come into my life, the weirdos like him, they come into my life, they see what I do, and they, like, want it. They want what I do. So they think going against me is the way to do it, and it's not. It's just not the way to do it. But whatever, it doesn't matter. And it's sick because I have children with these people and they still do stuff like this, but it's fine, honestly, because it says way more about them as far as like what type of low down dirty person they are. Because I will always say this, I was nothing but kind to him. I did nothing but go out of my way when I didn't even. Oh my god, you guys, I'm just so dumb. Like I said, admitting to this, I really have to like look at myself and be like, what the fuck was wrong with you? Why? Other than, I mean, I know if I didn't have kids with these people, there's no way I would have still been dealing with these people. But me trying to make these men be fathers, I did the same thing with Angelo. Like, and these people don't care. They don't care about my kids, and that's fine. That's fine because it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. But to see society and where we are and how we big up men and we don't hold them accountable for anything and we blame the women for everything, which, like I said, that is just the way it is. I'm strong enough to take accountability. I'm strong enough to carry all of this on my back like I've been doing. But I just don't want to lie about it anymore. Like, it is what it is. Like, I met 2 men after my husband that were complete bums and deadbeats, and they don't care about the kids they have currently. And like, you know what Joey said to me when he was here? He was like, I don't have to be financially straight because I know all the mothers got it.
Oh, wow. If this is true that he said this, and there is a part of me, a huge part of me, that actually believe he said this, that is crazy. But the reason why I tend to believe he said it, because he calls himself a player. I mean, look at how he dresses. Look at his demeanor. Look at how he carries himself. He moves like a player. And I can actually believe he said that. And that is so cringy to me. Because this is the vibe I get from him. This is what I get from him. That he will go and stay with a woman and have that woman take care of him. And he will see how far he can go with that woman. If that woman will let him do whatever he wants, he's content. But the moment she push back, the moment she don't want him to do certain things, he's going to find the next woman. I truly believe this is how he moves.
You know, all the mothers got it. Like, there's just so many things he said, and I should have been like, what the fudge? Like, it's just so gross. It's just so gross. But as you can see, I'm not the only problem here. And I'm not trying to take the responsibility off of me because I have my own shit in my own household that I have to fix and I will forever be fixing. But, like, there's women that will continue to be with those types of men, and it's just disgusting how this society is and how we coddle these men and but I have to go to court in the morning with this first one. And I already told you guys this in live streams, but I don't think you guys really understand the severity of how broken and twisted this man is. This man was blowing up my phone last weekend, trying to come into my house. He called me over 100 times last weekend. And it's like, for what? Still, first of all, he took my Thanksgiving holiday away from me, and then he thinks that he can come over to my house without my kids. What is wrong with these people? I know in the past that I have had boundaries. I know in the past that I haven't stuck up for myself the way that I should. I didn't stand on shit like I should have. I know that because I let people walk all over me. I let people do me in the dirtiest way and come back into my life, and I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing that again. Anyway, ladies, I'm not, I just wanted to be real about it. You know, I just wanted to open up and just be real so I can move past this. You know what I mean? I can finally move past it and heal from this, heal with my baby, understand that this man will not be in my daughter. He will never see Kailani again, and not for the simple fact of anything petty. It's just he's literally a horrible human being. Horrible. And me making excuses and being that person that I've always been, well, I'll never keep a father away. No, I will. If you are out to create more damage than good, I will. And like I said, what he's doing now, first of all, you don't help. You don't send me a penny. And then you have the nerve to come on here and try to trash me for your personal gain when you already don't help with her. And they've all done it. And it's sick. And that's why none of these men will ever be allowed in my presence unless we're in a courtroom to speak to me, to speak to their children. The first 3 are stuck. They have to deal with that until they don't have to deal with that again. And when they come back to me, they can make their own choice on what they want to do with that situation. But these other 2 will never see or speak to their children again. I've literally opened the door after everything that's been done to me, kept the door open, spoke nicely about them, backed them up, made fairy tale fiction stories to make it seem like they're good people, and they still don't give a shit. So this is the beginning of my healing that I can work on with my children, you know? Just facing the truth of the thing, just facing the truth head on so we can navigate through this. And just teaching my daughters to truly love themselves and never sell themselves short because of a heartbreak or just anything this cat. Just never selling yourself short, you know? You deserve the world.
Although I get why she just said what she said, I just don't feel Olivia really gets it. I think to some degree she's starting to see some things, but she's not fully getting it, because my question is, what else has to happen in order for you to get to a point where you start to love yourself? Because let's just be all the way honest here. You said that you would never put yourself in this situation again where you would let a guy play on your top pretty much and take them back or give them more chances when they pretty much showed you who they were. But you're doing the exact same thing with baby daddy number 4. Because even though you don't want to say who it is, I truly believe it's Gamer Bay, and this is the same man who cussed you clean out, who called you all types of names that were disrespectful. I don't care how angry a man gets, it should never get to a point where he disrespects you like that. And this man had no problems disrespecting you the way he did. So the question is, Olivia, have you really gotten to a place where you understand the value of self-love? And how can you teach that to your children if you're not still there? Yeah, you may be hurt right now. You may be feeling a certain way because of how Joey switched up on you. But it still does not prove that you actually get it now. For your sake, I hope you do get it. I hope you will get it soon. Because your children do need a positive role model. They need a positive role model in a woman, in a mother to look to. Especially your little girls. So, I don't know. I mean, again, it sounded good, but I'm just not buying that that's where you are right now. But I do hope you're on the path to actually getting this.
they deserve the world, you know? They really do. And not having a father in their life or having a shitty father in their life will not define them. It will not define who they pick. Hey, queen. Hey, stop, mama. It will not define who they meet, you know, and if they do end up with shitty men, I'll be there. You know, if they do end up with men who want to take them to court and take their children away from them, I'll be there. Like, I'll always be there. Okay, now she found noisy stuff, so she's not gonna stop. I'll cut my eye or something, but I think that we all make mistakes, ladies. We all, or not all of us. Some of us are perfect. Kudos to y'all. Most of us, I would say 97% of us, 98% of us make mistakes. You know, whether we do it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, who knows? You know what I mean? But the first step is like admitting it.
You know, honestly, when I hear people speak in this way where they try to be sarcastic by saying, you know, since you think you're perfect, you know, it's like to say that is their way of trying to belittle what it is that you're contributing to whatever the conversation is. You know, it's to minimize the importance what you're saying, but because they don't want to acknowledge that what they're doing is wrong, they in turn try to minimize what you are contributing to the conversation so that they don't have to, you know, be accountable. And I feel that is such a cop-out because clearly pretty much everyone can agree that people make mistakes. We all make mistakes. The difference, though, is when you are making the same mistake over and over and over again, it's no longer called a mistake. It is a choice. See, the first time, oops, mistake, but you're supposed to learn from that oops, and you're supposed to move differently. But when you keep doing the same thing, making the same choices, you're choosing to do that. You're making a bad decision. So this ain't got nothing to do with you making a bunch of mistakes. No, you're making a bunch of bad choices. You're choosing to do the opposite of what you know you should do. As you always say, it's my life. I can do what I want. I can live it however I want to live it. And that is your prerogative. But don't come on here crying and complaining because you keep ending up in the same position because you don't want to stop making the same bad choice. There's a difference. And it's irritating when you have someone like this and then they in turn want to come at the next person who's talking with logic and common sense. You want to in turn say, well, nobody's perfect. To try to silence my common sense in the conversation. Because at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. And just because a person calls you out on that doesn't mean that they think of themselves as being perfect. I just think this is so like annoying. But Olivia, girl, you too big in your age to be making the same bad decisions. These are not mistakes. You don't get to hide behind mistake to make it seem as if, you know, it should be okay. It should be accepted of you to be coming on here year after year making these same decisions and getting the same result. No, it's not okay. And you're not going to get a pass for it. You're going to be called out for it. Because you should know better by now. There should be no reason why you keep ending up with the same type of men. Like, come on now. If we're going to be accountable, let's be accountable all the way. Now, the last thing that I want to say before we close this video, this was a community post that Olivia put on her community wall, and she has since deleted it. And basically, she is trying to allude to the fact that her calling the police, the girl calling her phone, them going back and forth, she's trying to imply that that was a skit, that they were intentionally going back and forth to run up a bag, to get Joey to 1,000 subscribers. Honestly, I don't believe that this was a skit. I think this was Olivia's way initially, which is why she has since removed the post. I suspect she put this up here because she saw that she was looking pretty bad. I mean, here it is. It escalated so fast to the point where this girl literally called the police. We know the police showed up because you can hear Christian in the background letting her know the police was there. Like, they were literally looking outside for the police to show up. I don't believe this was a skit. I think Olivia was embarrassed that all of this came out the way that it did. And this was her way of trying to save face. I mean, if you listen to the conversations that are being had after the fact, it's just not making sense that this was, just a play. When you look at the stuff that he's saying over on his channel, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Plus, when you look at the text messages, it just doesn't sound like this is what's going on. I believe this played out the way that it did. I believe it was real. I believe, once again, Olivia found herself in a very embarrassing situation because she knows what she tells the internet. She tells the internet that she's that girl. Every man wants her. She can have any man she wants. She can take your man. And the fact that we keep seeing this girl in these situations where the men are rejecting her, or the men are no longer wanting to be with her, or she's ending up in these situations where she's realizing that these are not good dudes, but she's already introduced them to her kids. She's already been intimate with them. Like, she's not seeing the red flags before. And once again, the same guy that she talked up on the internet for years said all these wonderful things about him and made him out to be the best father of all of her baby daddies, turned out to end up dragging her and disrespecting her and basically put her out there in a way that just left her very embarrassed, very vulnerable. And I think this was her way of trying to get control back of the situation. Because Olivia doesn't like to look as if, no man wants her. But again, this is just my opinion on the situation. I believe this is real. I believe all of this played out the way that it did. I think she had to figure out some kind of way to turn the tables because she knew people were flocking to his channel, subscribing. There were conversations of him doing an interview. So all of that going on, I think she did that. She put this post out to try to gain some sense of control over the situation. But I don't believe what Olivia said right here was really what it is. I don't believe this was a skit. I believe this was real. But as always, like I say, the truth definitely has a way of coming to light. So we'll just see what plays out. But I'm going to end it here. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. It's OneLove, and I'm out.